An interrogation table. I'd like to say that it's the first time I've seen one.
What is it?
How long are you going to keep me here?
Until Lieutenant Malone says you can leave.
You can't keep me here forever.
I wouldn't bet on it. What is it?
I want to talk to Malone.
I'll go call him. Don't move.
Damn, I was planning on taking a trip to Easter Island while you were away.
Huh.
Have you finally decided to cooperate, Del Nero?
I just want to get out of here.
The only way to get out is to answer my questions. Let's start again. Let's talk about the telephone call you received.
It was a guy with some information about one of my cases.
Okay. It must have been very important information to make you go to the port in the middle of the night. What information are we talking about?
Details on an old, unresolved case.
Okay. Based on your story, when you got the call, you went right to the Melville port. How did you get to the port?
I took a cab.
Interesting. From the telephone records, we know you called a cab company at 12:27, but we don't have any proof that you really did take a cab. How do you explain the fact that no driver reports having you in their cab?
I paid the cab driver so that he'd say nothing.
Okay. When you got to the port, did you meet anybody?
The port was deserted.
Interesting. What did you do when you arrived at the port?
I took a look around.
Good. The officer said that you were inside the port. Why did you go to the piers?
I heard some noise.
Interesting. What did you find at the piers?
McLean's body.
Interesting. If you don't mind, Del Nero, I'll tell you my version of the facts now. I'm sorry if it's not as exciting as yours. There aren't any mystery men or anonymous calls. I think that someone was tailing Sean McLean and then decided to tell you he was at the Melville port. Maybe he did it for the money or for some sort of professional ethics between you private detectives.
Crap.
Let me finish, Del Nero. With that information, you took a cab to the port, making sure you had your gun with you. When you got there, you found McLean and you shot him in the stomach. That's how it went. Admit it, Del Nero.
I didn't kill McLean.
No? So let's talk about the gun you had in your hand when the officer surprised you at the port. You shot out from behind the docks, running like a madman with a gun in your hand. Is that right?
I already told you what happened.
Paraffin analysis on your gun shows that you used it tonight. How do you explain that?
I already told you that my gun went off during the scuffle.
Oh, of course. The scuffle with the mystery man. A man whose face you didn't see and that the officers didn't find any trace of. Del Nero, there were only two people at the port tonight. You and McLean. You were the one who killed McLean!
Why would I have killed him?
Revenge, Del Nero. Nothing but revenge. McLean confessed to your involvement with the Valenti family, and that cost him his job on the force and got you a year in the state prison. Well, that seems like a plausible reason to kill someone.
These are just theories, Malone.
These are the facts, Del Nero. Confess. It was you who killed Sean McLean.
I didn't kill McLean.
Say you're guilty, Del Nero.
I won't confess to something that I didn't do.
Del Nero, the law allows me to keep you here for as long as I need to. If you confess now, the judge will go easy on you, and you might get off with a lighter sentence. Otherwise, you stay here in this room until we find the evidence that shows you're the killer. And if we can't find them, I'll make sure that something turns up. Goodbye, Del Nero.
bastard. Dannazione. Malone won't take too long to get the proof he needs. I have to find a way out of this situation.
What is it?
I want to make a telephone call.
Forget it. The telephone line is out of order. So calm down and stop making pointless requests.
In that case, I won't ask to get rid of the monkey jailer.
Huh.
I don't have anything with me. They seized everything that I need.
Hey in there.
What's happening now?
Someone paid your bail. Pick up your personal effects at the counter and beat it. We need the room.
Right when I was starting to be fond of this place.
If you want, I can always toss you in a cell for a few days.
Is this a formal invitation to meet your family?
Huh.
I'd better get out of here quickly. I don't want to spend another minute in this place. I don't have anything with my personal effects. I hope nothing's missing. Sean's bottle of rye. The officers must have thought it was mine. Otherwise, they would have never left me an object belonging to the person they think I shot. Hey, let me out of here. The police department of Hoboken. It's been years since I've been here. Nothing's changed. There are the same photographs on the walls as when I worked here. Officers with their chests puffed out and mayors shaking hands. I really didn't miss this place. Anyway, it's time to figure out who's the good Samaritan that decided to pay my bail. A fire extinguisher. One of those pompous awards that mayors love to hand out to make themselves more popular. Jokes aside, this plaque is an award to Malone for his work combating crime here in New York. The plaque says, "For his continued quest for the truth." It's like assigning a Nobel Peace Prize to Al Capone. The department's Porter's Lodge. The police department of Hoboken. The service officer's post. The police. It's been years since I've been here, and honestly, I didn't feel the need to come back. Hi, officer.
How can I help you?
Can you tell me who paid my bail?
Tell me your name.
Jack Del Nero.
Jack De Niro?
Del Nero, not De Niro.
Okay, calm down. Jack Del Nero, here you are. Released at 1:13 with bail paid by Victoria Diaz. Yes, it was Sergeant Diaz who paid your bail. Well, you have powerful friends.
It looks like it. Where can I find Sergeant Diaz?
Top floor. Stairs are in the back on the right.
Thanks. Goodbye, officer.
Goodbye.
Sergeant Diaz, this behavior is unacceptable. I'm not going to let you hamper my investigation.
It takes a lot of guts to call it an investigation.
I'm not going to discuss my methods with you. I'm your superior, and I'm ordering you to get your nose out of this matter, or I'll have to take care of you as well.
What do you want to do? Toss me in a cell too?
Stay out of it. It won't turn out well for you. Del Nero, do what you want for the time that you have left, because in 24 hours, you'll be back behind bars, and I'll be the one bringing you in.
What an honor.
Joke all you want. The truth will come out one way or another.
You do like to play the role of the irreproachable police officer, right, Malone?
It's a role that comes easy when I'm standing in front of a murderer.
You have no proof that I killed McLean.
I'll find it, Del Nero. I'll find it. I suggest you don't leave the city. I have personally informed every officer in New York about your situation. If they find you with 1 foot outside the city or close to doing anything you shouldn't be, they have orders to arrest you and bring you in.
An entire police department watching my every move. I'm thrilled by the attention.
24 hours, Del Nero. Give me 24 hours.
Sergeant Diaz.
Knock it off, Jack. Call me Victoria.
You've had quite a career over the years. When I knew you, you were just a rookie.
A lot of time has gone by, Jack. Anyone would have done it.
I don't think so. If I were still on the force, I'd still be patrolling Central Station.
You could have become a lieutenant without any problems if you just had some common sense.
I have a pretty rocky relationship with common sense.
Which isn't very good for an officer.
But that aside, we have to talk. Is there a quiet place?
My office should be quiet enough.
I had been in the force for a couple years already when Victoria came to the department. She was one of the rookies, fresh from the academy, certain that she could make this city a better place. She quickly realized that wasn't the case, and that, for her, things wouldn't be so easy. Before then, no one had ever heard of a policewoman, and no one wanted her in their way. A Mexican girl who would have started crying at the first gunshot? Not exactly the ideal partner. So Captain Mayers decided to pair her with someone who wouldn't make any trouble. Sean and I were perfect. We had so many demerits for bad conduct that we weren't in any position to object to any of his decisions. So we started to babysit the girl. We taught her everything we knew, how to follow a lead, how to pump someone for information, and how to go home without a bullet in you. Victoria was a quick learner. Yeah, she was shy, but she had intuition. Sean and I liked her right off the bat. A coat rack. No, I didn't come to stick my nose in... I'm not here to stick my nose in Victoria's things. A map of New York, and a few old photographs of Mexico, Victoria's native country. It's Victoria. If it wasn't for her, I'd still be in the interrogation room.
What do you want to ask me?
Why did you pay my bail?
Shouldn't I have done it? Would you have rather stayed in the interrogation room?
So you believe I'm innocent?
I didn't say that. But I doubt that you were the one who killed Sean.
You don't think I could kill a man?
Yeah, you could. But that's not the point. You have a lot of defects, Jack. But you're not a killer. And what really doesn't stand up is the motive. Revenge. You pay someone to find Sean and kill him. That doesn't fit with someone who is as unresponsive as you are.
Unresponsive. I'll take that as a compliment. Tell me about Malone.
What do you want to know?
What do you know about him?
Well, as much as I hate to admit it, he's a great police lieutenant. Over the years, he has managed to dismantle more criminal activities than even the feds. He even received an award from the mayor in person.
Not for his manners, that's for sure.
His methods during investigations are well known, but everyone turns a blind eye when they see the results. Superiors, feds, Republicans, or the Democrats.
So, he has the support of the white collars?
Right. You have to be very careful with him. Tease him enough, and you'll end up in jail, guilty or innocent.
I think I've already teased him enough.
I have no doubts about it.
When did he get here?
It's been 3 years since he was transferred here. No one knows much about his past. He's not the kind of guy with whom you can chat over a beer. The only thing I know is that he was with the feds. But no one knows why he left, and especially why they transferred him to New York.
Do you know anything else?
What do you want me to say? That he's allergic to lemons, so you can poison him with a slice in his coffee? Jack, no one knows much about him. He talked to you more during the interrogation than to me in 3 years of working together.
What were you talking about when I got here?
It seems like you didn't appreciate that I paid your bail.
You aren't on good terms?
We aren't on any terms at all. Malone does his investigations alone and doesn't want anyone underfoot.
Let's change the subject. Tell me about Sean.
I'm not working on the case, but ask away.
What was he doing in New York?
I don't know. Since you two both got kicked out of the police force, I haven't ever seen him again. I just knew that he had moved to Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. While I was locked up in a 10 by 10 foot cell, he was living it up in the City of Angels.
I don't think he was exactly living it up, Jack.
What do you mean?
I got a case a while ago. A guy, a certain Patrick Olson, blew up a cafe near Central Park. During the investigation, Sean's name came out of nowhere. We never had any real need to contact him or question him or even suspect him. But that fact that his name came up surprised me. It seems like he was mixed up in some dirty business out in Los Angeles. I don't know what exactly, but he wasn't living it up.
Why did he have falsified documents with him?
I'm telling you, I'm not on the case, so I don't know all the details. But I think it's strange that Sean was in New York with fake documents, considering that a lot of people know him here. The fakes certainly wouldn't have helped him pass unnoticed.
I don't have any other questions for now. I better go now.
If you need me, I'll be in my office.
These archives must be older than this building. I know these photographs by heart. There's nothing but police officers and bureaucrats shaking hands. These photographs are the same as when I worked here. No more, no less. One of the many desks where each officer spends at least half of his life writing reports that no one will ever read. One of the many desks. It only says Elliot on the door. They could have at least put his last name. A notice board full of notices and signs. An example of stupid bureaucracy. These archives must be older than this building. Forms to fill out. One of the things that I don't miss about police work. The department is exactly the same as I remembered. There are even the same photographs as when I worked here. Police Department, New York State. All the officers' shifts are on this blackboard. Name of the officers and their patrolling locations. Their radio frequencies are written here as well. Name of the officers and their patrolling.
Hey you, what are you doing here? It's a restricted area.
I was looking for Lieutenant Malone.
Try downstairs, he's not here. I have to ask you to leave now. It's a restricted area.
That's the crazy Chinese cab driver who left me at the port. What the hell is he doing here? What are you doing here?
You! I knew it! You report me! Tell all to police!
What the hell are you talking about?
Yes, you pretend, but you one of them! One of them that hate foreigners! Yes, you're sexist.
Racist, not sexist.
Yes, you racist. You tell police to get me out of your country.
Listen, buddy, I couldn't care less if you're Chinese, African, or from Easter Island. I don't know why you're here. And if you stop squawking, maybe I'll be able to understand what's happening here.
You no report me to police?
No, I have other things to worry about than a damned cab driver.
If it's not you, then who was it? I confused.
Welcome to the club. $10 to enroll and free Whiskey Fridays.
$10? That expensive.
Forget about it. Let's start with you telling me how you ended up here, and your name too, because I'm not calling you the Chinese cab driver for the rest of this conversation.
My name Chon Jishiwan.
Okay, I'm happy with Chon.
Do as you want.
Why are you here?
As soon as I leave port,
As soon as you ran from port.
I know one. Me?
Continue with the story.
As soon as I leave port, I realize I have to go bathroom. Water is not what once was, you know?
I like hearing the details, but you can skip some of them.
Okay. I stop cab and look for a place where I can go to bathroom.
Why not do it near the cab?
I timid person, and this not your business. Anyway, when I get back, I see a man near cab.
A police officer?
No, not a police officer. No uniform, but gun in hand.
A gun?
Yes, gun. When I saw him, I hide behind dumpster. I thought he thief because he look in cab. Then suddenly he go away. I waited, hiding behind dumpster, afraid that they come back. When I come out, police come. I say that I just cab driver, but they bring me here.
Tell me about the guy with the gun.
He had mean face. In fact, I no trust and stay hiding. I cab driver, I know mean faces.
What was he doing?
He look at my cab like looking for something.
Did he say or do anything strange?
Before he go, he cursed a certain McLean.
McLean?
Yes, name seems same. You know?
It's not important if I know him or not. Tell me more about this guy.
I no trust you. I afraid that if I tell you, I get in trouble.
Hey, I'm risking life in the slammer for this case, so if you know something, talk.
Oh, you threaten all you want, but I no say nothing. I not know nothing.
Damn cab driver. Maybe Victoria could give me some information so I can make Chon talk. Now I have to go.
You go.
Come in.
Hi, Victoria. I have a few things I want to ask you.
You're still here. I'm starting to think that you missed the department.
About the Chinese cab driver.
What do you want to know?
Why is he here?
His cab was half a mile from the crime scene. They found it parked near the port. The officers saw him, and when they found out he had taken you to the port, they brought him here. Since he got here, he hasn't done anything but whine and cry to get his cab back.
Where's his cab now?
It's in the department's warehouse. The officers brought it there. Obviously, it's been seized.
Interesting. Maybe now I have something to use to make Chon talk. I don't have anything else to ask you.
Whatever you want.
I better go now.
If you need me, I'll be in my office.
You again? What you want?
I have an offer for you.
What this about?
Tell Tell me about the guy that you saw near your cab, and I'll make sure you get your cab back.
I don't believe you. You lie.
Whatever you want. I bet that it'll be fun to explain to the detective who will be questioning you why you're driving someone else's cab.
Okay. I tell you what I see. But until I see cab, I no tell you nothing.
You're not as dumb as I thought. Okay, done deal. I'll get your damn cab back, and you tell me what you saw.
Deal.
Tell me
Nothing to do. Until I see cab.
Damn. Now I have to...
Come in.
Hi, Victoria. I have a few...
Hi, Jack.
About the Chinese cab driver.
What do you want to know?
Is there any way to get his cab back?
You have to request that the car be released.
Can you do that?
No, I don't have the authority for something like that. Talk to Officer Patterson on the first floor. He's the one who takes care of these things.
I will. I don't have anything else to ask you.
Whatever you want.
I better go now.
If you need...
Hi, officer.
How can I help you?
About a seized cab.
Ah, yes. The one belonging to that whining Chinese guy.
How can I get a seized car released?
Do you believe in miracles?
What do you mean?
Release of a vehicle, Procedure 75. To release a vehicle, you need the form on its seizure. If the vehicle was seized because it was abandoned, you need Form B-43. If the vehicle was seized following a police investigation, you need Form B-26. If the vehicle was seized due to an unpaid fine, you need Form F-12. Once the form with the vehicle's general information is filled in, it must be signed by the head detective of the department that seized the vehicle, and then delivered to the administrative officer, which, luckily, is me.
Isn't there a faster way of getting the damn cab back?
Yes, buying another one.
I don't have anything else.
Great.
Goodbye, Op.
Goodbye.
Posters telling you the advantages of enrolling in the U.S. Army. Traveling the world, great experiences, and a sense of pride. Thankfully, they put a picture of a tank on there. Otherwise, I'd have thought that this was an advertisement for a cruise line. A card reader. It's the first time I've seen one. Swipe your card in that thing and it tells you if you are allowed to get in or not. It's all simple if you have a card. The police archives have all the information on the people they arrest. If you did something, your picture is definitely in here.
Come in.
Hi, Victoria. I have a few things I want to ask you.
You're still here. I'm starting to think that you missed the department.
About the Chinese cab driver.
What do you want to know? Whatever you want. If you need...
It only says Elliot on the door. It could have at least put his last name. Why, I wonder, where does this crazy desire to open all the doors and take all the objects that I see come from? It's John. John.
You retrieved cab?
Not yet. I'm working on it. About your cab, I need your license plate.
License plate? You mean numbers on car?
Yes, that.
I not know number.
How the hell am I supposed to get your cab back if you don't even remember the license plate number?
I remember only last two letters, C and I, like China, my country. I no remember other.
If there are 7 numbers, that means I need 7 numbers. What do you think I can do with just 2 numbers? Now
Hey you can't get in there. It's a restricted area.
the service officer's post. I don't think the officer would be happy to see me. The department's benches, as uncomfortable as the reason why someone would have to sit on them. Hi, officer.
How can I help?
I'd like to talk to Malone.
Sorry, the lieutenant is working a case.
I have to speak with him. It's urgent.
Sorry, but even if I wanted...
I'm the key suspect in the case the lieutenant is working on. I don't think that Lieutenant Malone would be happy if he finds out you sent me away.
Okay, wait here. I'll go call him.
Good. Now that the officer isn't there, let's try to figure out the cab's license plate number. Here's the list of seized cars. There are more than a dozen license plate numbers. I have to figure out which one belongs to Chon. Chon said that his license plate ended with C and I. This is the only one on the list that matches. This has to be Chon's cab. RP834CI. I should remember it. The officer is coming back.
The lieutenant is waiting for you in the interrogation room. I think you know where that is.
Yes, I've already taken the scenic tour.
Del Nero, you finally decide to give a full confession?
I have some questions about Sean.
Why should I answer your questions? You haven't thought of investigating for yourself, have you? We aren't in a crime novel. If I find out you're conducting your personal investigations, I'll toss you in a cell for hindering the investigation.
If I do nothing, I'll end up behind bars accused of homicide. If I do my own investigation, I'll end up behind bars for hindering yours. Your threats are all starting to sound the same. Have you ever noticed that?
Provoke all you like, Del Nero. I've seen people like you hundreds of times. You play strong and you hide behind your sarcasm, but you give in sooner or later.
Goodbye.
See you soon, Del Nero.
Hi, officer.
How can I help you?
About a seized cab.
Tell me. great.
Goodbye, officer.
Good.
John.
You retrieved cab?
Not. About. I need your license.
License? You mean no?
Yeah.
I'm not.
How the hell am.
I know.
If they. What do you. All the officers' shifts are on this blackboard.
Come in.
It's Victoria. If it wasn't for. Hi, Victoria.
Hi, Jack.
About the.
What do
Why?
His cab was half a mile from the crime scene. They found it parked. The officers saw him, and when they found out he had taken since he got here, he hasn't done any.
Where's his.
It's in the department.
Interesting. Maybe now. Is that.
You have to record.
Can you.
No. Talk to Officer Pat.
I will. I bet.
If you need.
Name of the officers and their patrolling locations. Their radio frequencies are written here as well. Name of the officers and their patrolling locations. Their radio frequencies are written here as well. Name of the officers and their. Sean's bottle of rye. Rye. The strongest whiskey money can buy, and the cheapest too. Only an Irish liver can stand this stuff. Sean's bottle. Sean rye. Vote Weston. Vote for progress. Right. Progress. Police cars. The words "no access" are written over the door. I think this is the worst place to try out the crime of trespassing on private property. Police Department, Hoboken Station. No, I have some.